Hi there, Cancer. It's September 2025. Look at your chart. Big things happening. I'm going to start it. I'm going to turn on the ignition of your karma. I want you to have a look at that immediate retrograde transit of Saturn into your ninth house of beliefs, religious studies, religious background, philosophy, law. Now, this is important because we have on the 8th a very important full moon eclipse. So that's going to augment the karmic retrograde Saturn energy that's already here. That can put limits. So there's a conflict, at the very least, within yourself as to whether or not the belief systems you've had are sort of working for you or not. You know, do these beliefs translate into your day-to-day life, into your relationships? You see, because what we have here is the sun in the opposite part of the horoscope. Sun is a body of values because it rules the second house of income, money, also value system. These are the material values, but up here we see the eclipse, full moon eclipse. There it is on the 8th. These are more of an internal value system, spiritual and moral values. So these two things can be at loggerheads at this time. And if you also look at the Venus transit in your chart, Venus ruling your 11th house of Taurus, which is your friends and acquaintances, people that you generally connect with. Venus will also move into the opposition of this Saturnian karmic influence. So could it be, number one, that you've got some internal value clashes, trying to reconcile within yourself whether the belief systems that you have actually work, whether they feel right, or whether these have just been a habitual overlay due to cultural happenstance, religious belief because of where you happen to be born. So I think these sorts of things are going to be on your radar this month, if not under your microscope. You'll notice also Neptune, the naturally spiritual planet, and also the ruler of this ninth sector, Pisces, right there at the apex of your horoscope. So this is impacting your work as well. What's your value system, I think, is the question. How do you live your life with maybe a value system or a philosophical / religious belief that just doesn't seem to connect with what you're doing? So it's important that you use the energies of Uranus at this time, which is very, very progressive. It looks at the hidden side of your nature, the meditative, contemplative side of your being, to access those areas in yourself which give you the answers to these questions and can indeed help you resolve those conflicts. Venus moves into this sector on the 21st, and then the new moon solar eclipse is here in this third house, which is thinking. So in astrological terms, we tend to say that this third house is the functional, thinking, rational brain, whereas this ninth house is a higher dimension of thought. Also, by the way, my master used to tell me that this fifth house is a form of mind. It's a different sort of mind. It's fifth house is normally regarded as the creative house of the horoscope. But could it be that when you are in full creative mode, that is when the thinking, rational and philosophical mind subside and the natural, intuitive mind takes over? So I think these are the sorts of questions that arise this month. Mars in the 5th, by the way, does activate your, I guess, romantic side. It pushes you to ignite relationships. 5th house is love affairs, you know, dalliances, flirting, all that sort of thing, along with the creative dimension of your existence. The sun moves into the 4th house, which is domestic and family issues, around the 22nd. So the last week of the month will be more or less focused on your family life, and also, by the way, peace of mind, because that 4th house has to do with a similar sort of energy as this 12th house and this 8th house. This is called the 4-8-12 trine, and these are indeed very, very spiritual areas. These are not the traditional religious values that we started the reading with, but these are the deeper esoteric, tantric and intuitive values that must come through not learning or erudition, but through stillness and deep, quiet listening to your inner self. Well, there you go. That's my Sermon on the Mount today for September. You can get more on this at astrology.com.au. Follow the link. Please subscribe, drop us a line, like us, tell everyone else to like us. And I wish you well till next month. Hope you'll join me again. Take care. Bye-bye.